Yeah, guys, first success in our journey. Nice. Okay, hello, guys. My name is Booga. Let me firstly introduce myself. So, my name is Booga. I work for Zerion for ages, probably. I do integrations and manage an opportunity for Zerion. Basically, we try to build smart and social wallet for Web3 citizens, Web3 community, and so on. I'm Ukrainian, living in Vietnam, and traveling around the world on different, basically, blockchain conferences. Now about you. Who lives in Italy? Can you raise your hands? Okay, half. And another part, I assume, come. Okay, the topic for today's presentation is actually how to become self-custodial human. Let's start like from the beginning. Who knows what does it mean to be self-custodial? Or like who heard the phrase self-custodial? Okay, just a couple of people. The phrase self-custodial, it's kind of like new term which was born together with crypto. Basically, like before, like Bitcoin or crypto, it haven't been used at all. Self-custodial means when you personally responsible for your own custody. Not clear. What does it mean? Particularly in the crypto wallets, self-custody means that you basically responsible for your keys. And when this like self-custody terminology come, basically like the whole crypto community like divided on two parts, custodial one and self-custodial one. And let's understand who are like self-custodial here. Like, let's say who has self-custodial wallet? Okay. And who use custodial wallet? Like who use maybe Binance or centralized crypto exchanges? Actually, the same people, like, right? So there is like part of people who doesn't have any crypto wallet? Like two people. Okay. If you guys doesn't have crypto wallet and you want to get it and you want to get your first NFT, I can happily onboard you like right after that. So basically, in the crypto wallet, self-custody means that you own your own key, you control your key, and you're responsible for your key. Custodial means that somebody else store your like money, control your key, and so on. In real world, basically, when you store your money in the bank is your custody. If you store your identity, for example, on some like governmental like servers, or basically government control your identity, government is custody of your identity. And basically it can be like all around the world. For example, if your mother or your wife hold your salary, your wife is your custody, basically. You can lose access, but then you like call and say, okay, mom, send me like some cash. That part related to the basically like technical, like crypto technical terminology. At Zerion, we were like a year ago, we were thinking about human part of being self-custodial, and we were designing basically the value which Zerion as a company believes and employee believes, and in general how we can understand like who we are and what kind of people like we want to have like around us. And we designed this value which we call self-custodial humans. I assume if if some of us like never heard about self-custodial wallet, then self-custodial humans is even like far behind. And let's just brainstorm together, like if we know what does it mean self-custodial wallet, let's think what can be like the meaning self-custodial human. Yeah, let's try it.
I don't know. A human that have ability to custode all his assets. No.
Maybe more.
So if you think about the role of a wallet, right, is to hold your private key, right? So if you just just store your seed phrase in your brain, then you all of a sudden become a self-custodial human.
Yeah, that's a good one. Store your seed phrase in your brain. It's actually a good one. Any other ideas? Just like, I mean, the term is not existed. We basically defining new custody humans. Okay. I mean, it could be. So, any other ideas? I also asked this morning ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT also say, okay, like this term is not existed. Let's try to guess. Basically, by its terminology, like self-custodial human is a person who takes like full responsibility for like itself, for its assets, for its future, and not relying on a third party. And this is the values which we were designing at Zerion. Basically, like if you're self-custodial, it means you're responsible for yourself. And in general, it's all about the values. Like for example, ownership. Like I will try to make a parallel with the like crypto reality and just like personality reality. So first one is ownership. Yeah, you can own. Let's say like you use like your normal bank in Italy, like let's say Bank of Italy, and you have money, like you put your money there, you own money there. Yes, you own. You control money there. Technically, yes. Like you can go to your mobile app, send money, and it works. And then you're responsible for your money. Like yeah, of course. Like I go with a credit card and I spend this money. Everything works perfectly until the moment it doesn't work. And normally it moments like happen like accidentally. Like recently there was like in US when like a couple of banks just crashed. So in reality, you own money, you like responsible, you transfer, and then the system like got broken and nobody can return like or get back your money. Who knows how much normally reserve like the bank have to keep in the bank in terms of like cash out? Yeah, so reality, like in general, it's about 10%, which means if all of us will go back and try to get back our money, the system will crash. And right, it's in one way it works, but in reality, it works until it's broken. I just need to like calm down a little bit. So in Web3, it works a little bit like opposite way, and the reason why like everything is like different in Web3 as well. If you use like self-custodial wallet, for example, you own like 100% of funds, which is like stored of this wallet. Like for example, I don't know, you own one ETH in your non-custodial wallet, you can transfer this ETH no matter what. And for example, if your like wallet provider is like crashed and it doesn't work, you just you use your seed phrase, you go to another wallet and you still use your money. And on the next level, there is like beside the storing, in crypto, there is DeFi. DeFi, this is alternative of your banking system. It works like similar way, you deposit, you earn some interest. If you want to get your money back, you get your money back, and so on and so on. If we come back to the human part of being self-custodial, basically, from my personal experience, in the moment when I start owning my private key, like my journey in crypto was like similar, like many of us. Like I bought some crypto, I start trading on Binance. Then in a couple of years of Binance, I understood, okay, maybe I cannot trust this Binance. Or in the case if, who heard about FTX? FTX exchange. Yeah, so basically FTX was like the biggest Binance competitor and everything was good until it cracked. And in the moment I understand that I cannot trust these exchanges, I just like withdraw all my money from Binance to my self-custodial wallet. And in the moment when I withdraw my money, actually my brain started thinking a little bit differently. I start to worry a little bit more about seed phrase, like where I keep it. If it's safe, like, okay, if I will die, what's going to happen with my seed phrase? Maybe I should split it between my mother and some of my relatives. So in the moment when you become self-custodial on the like Web3 level, your mind becomes self-custodial in terms of your life and your responsibility. And from the value perspective, being self-custodial means own your life, responsible for what you do, and actually like manage your future. Basically, like become a superhuman who never complain, always happy, and moving on. So what? Let's say we all agree with this statement, which I mean, I'm not sure, but let's say we all agree, and in terms of value, we are like self-custodial human. So what does this mean, and what we can do with this? Once we achieve the level of being self-custodial, we can see the next level. So it's kind of like it's like a game. I mean, life is a game. Web3 is a even like funnier game. Once we mentally become self-custodial, we opening up like the next achievement. We can become like Web3 citizen. From my personal perspective, what does it mean to be citizen? Citizen is when you belong to some community, like one community, several communities. You can belong to the community of this university. You can have your football game community. You can have your like Napoli community, and you can have your Italian community. Basically, different levels of communities, and you contribute to them, and you belong, and you consider yourself part of the community. When we talk about Web3 and about the context of being Web3 citizen, there is like many communities around that as well. And for example, if I consider myself as a part of Web3 community, I'm part of different token-gated community. For example, I have Zerion DNA, which gives me like opportunities to, I don't know, like have a perks to claim airdrops. I'm invited for different parties, and I'm kind of like contributing to this community. Then I'm using basically Web3 technology to have NFT tickets for the events. And in normal life, maybe like NFT tickets is not that useful, but in the Web3 world, like they give you like a little bit like more advantages in terms of like you get some like unique proposal, like there is social reputation included, and so on, so on. And right now, like Web3 space and the technology in general is like scaling and getting bigger. So the number of use cases is like getting insane crazy. Tickets, music, DeFi, content, and footprints. Basically, anything you do like leaves your like footprint. Okay, so let's say I'm self-custodial human in terms of like mentality. I agree with this. Then I part of different communities. I participate, and then imagine if there is basically like millions of people who share the same value. We use the same tooling like music, content, NFT. We all know the same history. Like for example, like the Web3, like I would say like this: all Italians, they know like history of Italy. Like all Ukrainians, they know history of Ukraine. So basically, all Web3 citizens, they know kind of history of Web3 and crypto. And funny things that also the Web3 community, they even have own language. You can find a lot of like memes around that say, okay, like Web3 is simple. Like you just need to stake your assets into non-custodial wallet and then make a bridge between like Arbitrum and Optimism. And if you say this for like normal people like you guys, for example, who doesn't have like wallet at all, it sounds like foreign language basically. So if there is a million people like that who consider themselves like self-custodial human, stop. If we already get this achievement, it's actually open up the next level. Like remember the game, basically. Everything is a game, and like reality is a game. And when we have like millions of these like Web3 citizens, what is the next achievement basically? Like then those people who are like believe the same things, They basically sharing value of being self-custodial, being like responsible, and like even making some like effort to like build communities around that. They start thinking about basically like the coordination moments. Nice. I mean, this is the first time I'm sharing this presentation, and like timing is going very well. So yeah, basically these millions of people, they start like thinking about coordination. So if we all the same, but we are maybe different from like our reality, who heard about Zuzalo? Okay, so this is Zuzalo. It's a very interesting case from the perspective when the community of these Web3 citizens, they people who believe, who has the same value in mind, who use the same tools, they part of different communities with, as I mentioned, the shared value. They come together in Montenegro this year from March to May, and they were living together, basically like working together and try to make a prototype of these new social structures. So basically, we had a chance to be in Zuzalo like only one day this year, and we actually come just for the last day. But the amount of like emotion and number of like cool people we met, it's really like insane. And idea of this community is that they bring together people from Web3 technology, they bring people from AI, from longevity, and try to gather this kind of like the missionaries who crazy enough to think that they can change this world. And sometimes, me personally, I think that like we are like very far in the future, because like when you get back to reality and you go on the street and drink, I don't know, Aperol Spritz and eat pizza, like all these things is like far behind. But somebody, but it's not that, like the things is like moving on. And pop-up city is like the small example. Who heard about the network state? Basically. Okay, yeah. So the network state is like, it's, for me, it's kind of like direction and even like theoretical, like open up of the opportunity, like where we all can move together as Web3 citizens. Again, right, coming back, we have the same values, we share like the same interests, we understand that the world can be actually better place. So the network stake is also like one of the ideas how this potentially new world can look, can work, and like can like basically functionate and coordinate. Oh. So, and basically, I would say like this, like Zuzalo is like one movement, network state is another movement. I'm pretty sure there will be like many other ideas, like for example, like, I don't know, I'm thinking my own way how this community can evolve and how it can work in general. But the big idea is that if this new world like may happen, we might have one shared economy from all around the world, when one country will not be dumping another country currency, when we might have one shared economy, when war in one part of the planet affect the whole planet, so it will not be sense to do it. We might have a world when we will have one universal identity, when you identify yourself as like a human being, you can travel all around the world, and basically you will be able to live any country in the world with the local rules, enjoy like local nature, food, and so on. And this thing can happen if you do the first move, basically. If you become self-custodial and make this step for yourself and start basically rolling out like a snowball. And it sounds like a dream, but you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one, basically. And thank you for listening. And if you haven't claimed like Zerion OG NFT, this is probably the last chance to get it. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, if you have questions, I mean, we can actually dive in any part of the topic. I think I'm pretty sure like we're like very, very far, like the things which like built around network state and Zozalo and Web3's community is like real future, but we are the people who can like make this future basically happen in our lives. Yeah, if you want to catch me on Twitter, this is my Twitter. Let's talk. Thank you very much.